Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a minute. It's good to be back. So I think it's been like 3 weeks since it's been like a month since my last video I put out. Been in the midst of CrossFit comp season thing, but that's all over now. So back to the normal schedule, which is nice. So it's good to be back. There's a lot that's happened. I'll probably show you guys a few clips from the sessions that I've had. It's been pretty warm this week here, so I've actually been able to get outside to do some trainings. I did one training session outside earlier this week, which was really nice. I'll probably show you guys some of the clips from that session in a little bit here, and then some clips from some of my sessions last week. I've done some cool stuff. Today I'm pretty sore though. Pretty tired from earlier this week, so I think today's going to be a light training session. Just some planche and front lever activation stuff. Might do some accessories for iron cross. Not too sure yet. Yeah, that's about it. Well, I also wanted to address a question that I got a couple weeks ago. It's kind of a loaded question, so that's why I wanted to answer it in a video format and not through like a text response, because I can explain it better and it's easier for the individual who asked it to understand. That being said too, I want to answer it in the video so that you guys can hear the answer too, because it is a good question. But again, there's a few different parts to it. So I'll read out the question and then I'll break it down a little bit. So this individual asked, sorry, I got to read it off of this. So he asked, I wanted to know how you plan your workouts. For example, in a day, do you do a simple training, then add some tries and planche, or do you do a whole planche training? I'll start with that first. So there different session. People have different session setups in a week. You'll really only see one. What most people do is they'll train 5 to 6 days a week. Some people even do 7. I don't really recommend that, but most people do 5 or 6 days a week. They train for an hour and a half each day. I personally really like training, like to the point where it's hard for me to train for an hour and then stop. And I also train, like, as hard as I train for myself, it's hard for me to do that every day. So what works best for me is to train 2 or 3 times a week, but like have extremely loaded sessions. My sessions are anywhere from 4 to 6 hours in a day. There are days where I'll train up to 8 hours, but I'm only doing it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I'm not doing it any more than that. So each session that I do is a full session. So if I'm training planche or front lever or any other skill, it is a full session designated to that skill. So to answer that, I do a whole planche training. There are planche tries in that training. There's a lot that goes into it. If you look through some of my videos, you'll see more specifically what that is. But my sessions are typically whole sessions, unless there's a day and I'm just not feeling great. I'm exhausted. I'm sore. Warming up, things just aren't feeling great. Then I'll do something light, 30 minutes, an hour, just move. But usually it's a full session. And then he also mentioned that he was at straddle planche, like advanced tuck straddle planche, but he had a lower back injury and then lost all of his progress and is now starting back at advanced tuck planche. And he asked, do you think doing tries of advanced tuck for 15 to 30 minutes would be good? And then he asked if doing attempts of tuck planche or advanced tuck planche for 15 to 30 minutes a session would be good, or if you should just do full planche training instead. That's another good question. Personally, I think there should be variety in your planche training, especially dependent on how you feel in a session. In the session breakup, you should start with what is hardest and then go to what is easiest as you get more fatigued. That also depends on how much time you have for your session. Back to the week session setup, if you're training 5 to 6 times a week, maybe earlier in the week, the first few sessions you spend focusing mostly on like the more intense stuff, like combos, like the holds. So like for the guy who's asking, he's working on advanced tuck, so working like doing advanced tuck holds, maybe some straddle attempts, stuff like that. And then at the end of the session, do some basics, leans or whatever. And then the last few sessions of the week, lower the intensity to more basic stuff like tuck planche holds or tuck planche push-ups or planche leans or handstand push-ups. Banded stuff too is very good. If you can either end all of your sessions with banded work, or you can have the first half of the week be all of the unassisted work, and then the second half of the week be all of the work that you do with bands. Or if you do what I do and you only train 2 or 3 times a week, have all of it in the same session, but you do it 2 or 3 times. What I will normally do is I will spend the start of my session doing all of my combos, like my full planche attempts, or maybe some attempts at straddle press. And then I'll move to like light banded holds, and then basic stuff like tuck planche push-ups or banded planche presses, like heavy banded planche presses. You need variety, but either at the start of the week or the start of your session, when you're most fresh and you're not fatigued, you need to prioritize the stuff that is the most difficult for you. That is that. Let me see if there's any more. So to summarize, I guess I plan my workouts in advance. I always have a structure that I follow. I always start with what is hardest for the skills that I'm actively trying to learn. Then I lower to assisted variants, like with bands or scaled versions, like instead of full planche, like tuck planche, and then move to basics like handstand push-ups, dips, maybe super heavy banded stuff. That type of structure I follow for all of my skill stuff, planche, front lever, anything else. And then more specifically for planning my workouts, I go off of feel. So when I'm warm and I'm performing some sets before I actually start, I pay attention to how I feel, how fresh I am, and what I'm able to perform. Because I'm not like even if I'm fresh, I'm not always performing at the same level. There's ups and downs. It's like a zigzag. It's not a consistent basis, which is completely normal. If you're feeling good one day and then not as strong the next day and you don't know why, it is completely normal. I adjust my training based on how I feel, to get the most out of it. Because even if you're not feeling strong, the goal of the session is to get as much out of it as you can. So if that means scaling down the exercises a little bit more than what you normally do, that's fine. That's better than assuming that you're just not feeling good and then taking the session off. Again, if something hurts, then it's probably good to rest and stop. But I go off of feel. If I'm feeling really good, I'll hit my like top sets. If I'm feeling all right, I'll go for some like lighter combos that are easier for me, but like they'll feel hard, but it's not like my best performing stuff, if that makes sense. Um, that's how I plan my workouts. Full in terms of planche or any other skill, repetition is extremely important, like consistency in the training. So as long as you're getting enough consistent work on those skills through the week, I think that's fine. Whether you do all of it in one session or you split it up through a bunch of different sessions in a week, that's all good. The goal should be at the end of the week that you've had like that you've put a lot of time into your planche training, if that makes sense. So like full sessions are good. Yeah, I hope that answers that question. If there's anything I missed, let me know. And if anyone else has any questions about this, of something that I missed, let me know. I'll cover it next time. Yeah. All right. So I just realized that filming all of that, like the top half of my head is like cut off. I'm not refilming it. You guys can hear me just fine. That's kind of all that matters. I'm not trying to look pretty. So as long as you can hear me, that's all good. I think for right now, let's see, what's the plan? I'm gonna warm up, get ready for my session in about an hour here. I'll be heading over to the gym, do my light stuff there. I'll catch you guys there. And in the meantime, I'll probably play a few clips from some of my sessions last week and the session that I did at the park earlier this week. Yeah, enjoy those, and I'll catch you guys at the gym. Okay, everybody, we are at the gym. Whole place to ourselves for the evening, which is pretty nice. It's typically how it is. It's Friday evening. No one's ever here. So, I think this is where we're going to be doing a lot of our stuff. Got the rings there, my seat. Yeah, I think this will be a nice session. Feeling good, warming up, so see how it goes, but not going to go too hard today because I've done a lot this week. I don't want to do too much. Today should be pretty fun though. Gonna do some advanced tuck push-ups, maybe some tuck presses to start, and then move into some banded work, moderate banded holds, maybe some presses or something, then some volume stuff. Same with front lever. I'll do all my planche sets. I'm gonna superset it with front lever stuff. Might do some muscle up stuff. I think earlier this week I did my first like narrow muscle up, like with my knuckles together. It was really hard. I didn't get it on video, so maybe I can do another one of those this evening. That'd be cool. Yeah, I got purple pants. Pretty cool. It's purple. I mean, why not, right? I mean, I was at the store. I saw purple pants. I was like, man, no one wears purple pants, so I guess I will. These are pretty cool. So that'll look nice. I think to finish the session today, because we're not doing so much strength stuff, I've been getting pretty good at some dynamic stuff. Speak of which, I'm going to get some next week. Stay tuned on my Instagram. I'll be posting some pretty cool dynamic bar stuff that I've been working on for a little while. This evening, though, at the end of the session, probably going to do some back roll to handstands. Getting good at those, and my handstands on one bar. I'm getting pretty good at those too. So I might do some of those. Maybe some one arm handstands. I don't know. See how I feel. First things first, get the planche stuff done. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my warm up and I'll catch you guys there and give you guys the exact detailed plan of the session for the evening. And then we'll go from there. All right. Okay, so we are warm. Did a whole bunch of sets of muscle ups and stuff. Unlocked a lot of different kinds of muscle ups. So I can do the narrow ones pretty easily. The dip is kind of hard. I can do the mixed grip muscle ups. And I got my first supinated muscle up, which is pretty cool. And I got my first very wide, well, not super wide, but wide muscle up. I have the wide ring muscle ups too now. So I guess that's cool. Muscle ups are improving. I don't really train them. Anyways, I'll show you guys those clips after this. Plan for planche front lever today. Combo wise, for the combos, I'm going to do tuck press and then a negative, 2 to 3 advanced tuck push-ups, and then a max advanced tuck hold. Once I can't hold anymore, right to a V-sit, and then into a bent arm planche, press to handstand. Come off, immediately go onto the bar, half lay front lever, press, or advanced tuck. We'll see how I'm feeling. And then 3 to 4 advanced tuck front lever pull-ups to a hold. And that's it. I'm going to do 3 sets of that. If I'm feeling it, maybe 4. And then from there, do a few sets of banded planche. I think 2 or 3 light sets, and then 3 heavy banded sets for the volume. And then we'll move to the accessory stuff at the end. I think that'll be it. Oh yeah, the banded planche stuff I'll superset with banded front lever. Yeah, feeling good. So I'll show you guys, let you guys watch the muscle ups, and then all the planche stuff. I'll catch you guys after. that'll have to do. I got some good ones, a lot of bad ones. It's all right. The one arm, the handstand on the one bar was good. Got a few good ones. Actually, not really, but it's all right. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good session. All right, time to head home. Okay, I'm back. I realized editing, so this obviously isn't the same day. I realized editing the video that I didn't actually film an outro, like, at all. So here I am, like, this video was filmed Friday. This is Wednesday of the following week. So I already had a session. I'm warming up for another session right now. Trying to think back. Yeah, I got home. I was tired, and I think I just ate and went to sleep. Session was good, though. The back roll to handstands were all right. I had some good ones, some not so good ones. The handstands on one bar were all right. Planche felt good. Ended up doing more than I planned to for that session. The intensity was higher than planned because I felt pretty good. Front lever just wasn't there, so I ended up not really doing any front lever. Yeah, it was cool. Did some one arm pull up stuff. Muscle ups felt pretty good. You guys already saw that. Because I've done so much, I don't know if I'm gonna film a whole nother video or what. I don't think this is gonna be the end of the video. You guys will already know. I think I'm gonna add like the clips from like all of my training sessions over the past couple weeks at the start of the video. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and film a bunch of different sets from my session today and just add it to the video for you guys to see. Because this Monday I tried some planche training on the rings for the first time, and it went better than I thought. So I think today I'm gonna add rings, like ring training, to my session as like an actual part of my training session. I've never done that before, so I think that'll be kind of fun. I think that's something I'm gonna start doing more often. So that'll be fun. I'll add that to this video. I'll probably do another session Friday, which will be another video that I will probably post in a week or so. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and warm up. I'm going to catch you guys right as I start my session. Starting with rings today. It'll be kind of fun. Yeah. Enjoy. See you guys very shortly.
We got this. The more we choose to stand up as our most flag-flying, maple leaf-buying, local adventuring selves, the more we are the true north.
So I ended up getting sidetracked and started later than planned, but that's okay. And then I spent like an hour doing some rehab stuff for my joints, strengthening my elbow and shoulder joints, and then spent a little bit doing some stretches and stuff. And I am now warming up, so I'll be good to go in like 20-30 minutes. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I'm pretty much warmed up. Everything is feeling like really, really good. I still gotta do my like pre-main, like before my main sets, my like pre-sets, if that makes sense, like with the band and stuff, just to feel everything out, make sure everything feels good. But I might retry my straddle planche press, see if I can do that. Maybe not, or at least get like a nice negative to hold. That'd be cool. So there's that. Might do some front lever stuff there. I got my sign. This is good. Hello. Okay. So let's go over exactly what I'm doing here. And you can see that. So this is my strength stuff for today. Hang on. Let me extend this a little bit. Okay. So this is all the strength stuff I'm going to do today, starting with rings and then P-bars. Depending on how I'm feeling after, I'll do some accessory stuff for these. But to start, I'm going to do 4 sets of a combo on the rings. And that combo is an advanced tuck hold to a V-sit, to a tuck planche push-up, to the tuck hold, and then a bent arm planche, and then go down to the bottom. We'll do like a half lay front lever, and then 2 or 3 advanced tuck pull-ups. That's it. We'll do 4 sets of that. And then when that's done, move to like a moderate band and do a full planche hold. And then go to a tuck and then extend back to a full planche, work on the control, and then a full front lever hold. I'll do 3 sets of that. Yeah, and the P-bars, I'll do a combo as well. A straddle hold to tuck press, a negative to advanced tuck, bent arm planche press to handstand, then a negative, only 2 sets of that. And then moderate band planche press to a 3-second hold, drop, and then go back, push up, max hold, 3 sets. And that is it for strength training today. Enjoy.
lost in my mind.
Yeah, so all the ring stuff is done. Time for the P-bars. That combo is going to be really hard. Straddle hold, it might just be an advanced tuck hold and then a tuck press. That tuck press is going to be really hard, but I think I can do it. Then a negative to another advanced tuck hold, and then that bent arm press is going to be grind of a rep, but it'll be good. So just 2 sets of that, no more than that. And then after that, moderate band stuff. So like a moderately heavy band. I'll do a clean press to a negative to a good hold, drop, clean push up to max hold. Yeah, so time for these pretty heavy combos. See how they go. All right.
Bring all the sinners to me. I will tear out my limbs for your feet.
That combo's not working out.
I promise the beating is fine.
I'm burnt out in the rings. I gotta refresh or something like that. I think. Let's see. I think I'm gonna switch to advanced tuck hold, and then just go up to a handstand. 2 handstand push-ups, and then negative. And then hold the negative at the bottom.
You can't comprehend. Saccharine, always saccharine. There's a and it's all opulence. Oh, Syria, like an angel to the sun. Bring it on, my hysteria, loaded in the barrel of a gun. Saccharine, always saccharine. There's a war in my head that you can't comprehend. Saccharine, always saccharine. There's a
Okay, so all the planche strength stuff is done. Now for the accessories. So I'm cooked. Let's see. So we're gonna do ring accessories for planche and whatever. So flies. It's like push-up flies, something like that. I don't really know what they're called, but you guys will see what they are pretty shortly here. And then after the 3 sets, pelican push-ups. So my feet will be on a chair or something, and then pelican push-ups. All of these are done with a heavy resistance band because I'm not going for strength. This is like volume work. 2 rounds, and then if I'm feeling it, I'll do a 3rd round. Then after that is my conditioning stuff. So max handstand push-ups, I'll probably do against the wall. Max supinated rows, max push-ups, and then max pronated rows. Again, 2 rounds. If I'm feeling it, I'll do 1 more. And then that's it for tonight. All right, enjoy. Well, that is the end of the session. Time for the cool down with some stretching. It was a good session, to be honest. Did kind of what I wanted to do. I planned on doing. Volume was good, intensity was good. My arms are fried. yeah, gonna do a little session Friday. Might film that one. I don't really know. Not. I'm probably gonna be too sore to do a lot of things, but it's all right. Um, yeah. This was my first time implementing rings as like a main strength portion of the session. Takes a little bit out of you. It's kind of hard. That being said, for the rings, they weren't that bad. I think as long as I keep training them regularly, it'll come along pretty quick. Strength wise, they don't feel that bad. It's not much harder than on the floor, which is nice. The only tricky part is the stability, obviously. On my nervous system, it's kind of hard. Like I'm not used to that. So I got to get used to that, and then I think I'll be all right. Yeah, and then that was cool. The accessory pieces I was doing, um, ideally was for reps, I thought, but it's a lot of strain on the bicep, which is something I need to get used to for training rings. So I just treated it as not like a burnout exercise, but heavy assistance just to feel the ranges of motion and to get the bicep working a little bit in those positions because I'm not used to that. And that actually went really well. The Pelican things were pretty hard, like on the bicep, but felt good, so that was nice. And then the conditioning piece that I just did with all the handstand push-ups and stuff was also good. I only did 2 sets. I'm not doing a third one. It's enough. It's enough action for tonight because it's like midnight right now. I've been in my basement for the past like 5 hours, so I want to go eat and then go to sleep. Trying to think. You guys probably already saw it. Before I started my session, I spent like an hour doing a whole bunch of different like combos and skill stuff, half of which didn't end up working, which happens. But I guess filming stuff to post on Instagram or something like that. Also just trying some fun combos, having some fun. I was feeling good, so did that. That probably took away a little bit from the session, but it's all right. So that's cool. Front lever was feeling all right today, so trained that a little bit. Um, Trying to think. Yeah, I think that's it. Long session. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video, but like I said, I got my session Friday. I'm probably not. If I film that one, that's gonna be a separate video. This is long enough. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This is a pretty accurate vision into what my sessions look like. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. If you want me to cover anything. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me, feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video. That'd be great. I would appreciate that a lot. That lighting's kind of nice. Whoa, yeah. Always gotta hit some post-session poses. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. All right. Have a good one, guys. Sorry, I don't have my mic on me right now. I put it all away. But I wanted to cover one more thing before I wrapped everything up. An add-on to the question that I covered earlier in the video. Variety in training is important. As you saw, like for planche or for planche on the rings, I did a lot more than one thing. I did like attempts with body weight for like tuck planche, advanced tuck planche, and tuck push-ups, but I also did banded, like heavy banded stuff so I could actually feel the full position. And I also did accessories on the rings that like you just saw at the end. The same thing with my planche. You don't need to do it all in one day. Like I said, I only train 2 or 3 times a week, but it's these huge long sessions. If I were to train 5 times a week, my unassisted stuff would be in my first training of the week, probably the first 2 trainings. Then the next training would be like the banded stuff, and then the last training of the week would probably be all the accessory stuff. You get more out of that than only doing one thing. And you'll find that one of those ways of training will help you progress the most. For me, the banded stuff allows me to progress the most, so that is what I spend most of my training time doing. I still do everything, and I still prioritize the unassisted work, but
compared to the unassisted work and my accessory is at the end, I could combine both of those and I still probably have more time spent doing my banded stuff. Because that, for me, is what allows me to progress further. It's not the same for everyone. There's guys that I've seen that have more progress from the tuck plunge stuff and doing the unassisted work. But that's what works for me. Find what works for you. It's better to take a few weeks, a month or two to figure that out than to assume and be scared of wasting time, and then a whole year goes by and you're like, shit, I'm not getting anywhere. I did that, which is why I'm letting you guys know. Yeah, and now I like to schedule in my sessions, as you saw, super heavy stuff, then the moderate stuff, then the accessory stuff, and then some conditioning at the end, depending on how I'm feeling. I always train based on feeling. Today I feel good, so I did my conditioning and I went hard on everything else. Sometimes if I've just had a lot of volume in my session and I'm just done, then I stop when I'm done my strength stuff. I don't do accessories or conditioning, but today I did. Yeah, that's about it. Hope that helps you guys. Hope you can have a takeaway from this. That's kind of the point for me. I just want to help you guys. Yeah, do let me know if you have any questions or if there's any topics on my training that you want me to cover, because I can help you guys. I can only help so much though. I can provide assistance on the stuff that I know and the stuff that I can do and the stuff that I've done. I'm not an elite athlete, so there are things that I can't help you with, depending on your skill level. Like I can't teach Maltese. I can't teach one-arm handstand because I don't have that yet. I can't really teach punch. I can give you guys like I can give you guys what I'm using that's working for me the most currently, because I'm doing it currently. There's other good resources out there like Nathan Bosech, Valentin Skarkslis, Levon. Those guys will help a lot. I get all of my stuff from those guys. But in terms of like handstand push-ups, muscle-ups, pull-ups, that kind of stuff, let me know. Let me know if you guys want me to make videos on how to do that kind of stuff. I can totally do that, because I've taught a lot of people how to do those skills, and I don't mind making some videos on that if you would like. Yeah, that's the end of the video. It's like 12:40. I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry. All right, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.